Hello everyone and welcome to Speaking of Diamonds. My name is Rich and today I have a treat for you. I have a first look at a canvas from one of my new favorites, Captured by Radiance. This is, the kit is called the Winter's King Storybook, Glacius, and it's licensed by Roman Art. It's from Roman Art. And I know you can't see the image really great here, but we'll take a look at the image in just a second. So a couple things about Captured by Radiance. We'll go over some specifics as we look at the canvas, but they are based in US, the Pacific Northwest and Canada. It's two sisters that run the business. They have canvases, but they also have pens that they turn themselves, and then some crystals, which are really cool. And we'll have a little peek at some crystal action here in just a second. So taking a look here, for those of you who like to know how the canvas comes, you have a nice sturdy box branded with their Captured by Radiance in their sort of color of green. Some instructions on the back, some more instructions and just general branding again. And then the tagline, "Your masterpiece awaits." So let's go ahead and take a look at what the canvas is going to look like coming right out of the box. Now, I know a lot of companies do will put their canvases in like plastic bags and stuff like that, and that's great. The Captured by Radiance, they use a I guess would this be tulle? Is this tulle or some, you know, one of those bags that you get a lot of giveaway goodies in from vendors and stuff. But again, in their signature color of green with their the name of the company, Captured by Radiance. What I really like about these bags is they open up cleanly and nicely, so you can actually put the painting back into it. Unlike sometimes those plastic bags you got to rip apart sometimes. But it also makes the canvas slide in and out of the bag really nice, smooth, very smooth. And I like that, so that when I'm done with this, if I'm going to store it rolled up, roll it diamond side out, put it in the bag, slip it in the box, and nothing's going to rub the diamonds off, right? So let me go ahead and put this aside, and let's go ahead, and I see some stuff peeking out of the bottom here, so that looks like the drills, more drills, and there's something else in here. The toolkit, we'll get into that in a second, but let me go ahead and unroll this. So Glacius is a unicorn in the world of the Winter King's Storybook. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and, so Captured by Radiance, their canvases are very nice, soft on the back, nice and soft on the back, poured glue. The plastic cover is a nice weight. It's not too heavy and it's not too light. And because it's poured glue, I can sort of roll it backwards like this to get it to lay flat. Of course, you can also just leave it hang or sit for a little bit and it would go flat, but I need to hurry that process up a little bit here. So let's see, do we have the entire image? Pretty much. So Glacius, as I said, is the unicorn in the world of the Winter's King Storybook. Let's talk about the title of this real quick. So the Winter's King Storybook, I was curious as to if this was a series based on some books that were written or a movie or something like that. And I was doing some research. I was looking up the name Glacius, which was coming up Harry Potter, and I'm like, no, this is not Harry Potter. I would recognize Harry Potter. It would probably be much darker. Plus, I did the lion. I did an unboxing of the lion previously, and his name was Trueheart. So I was looking for that, and I couldn't find much. So finally, I Googled romance art, the artist, and got a hold of her on Instagram, and I just messaged her and says, hey, can you tell me the Winter's King storybook? Is it based on a book? What is it? Because there are a number of books out there with the title The Winter's King or The Winter King, but I couldn't find any of the character names. So, and I just thought it would be a nice connection to the painting if I understood like where this was coming from, and if it was a book, certainly maybe give it a listen while I'm diamond painting one of these. But here's the interesting thing. What the artist said was these are characters that she came up with when she was telling her children stories when they were younger, and they had a whole cast of characters that lived in this world of the Winter King. And these are just from childhood stories that her and her children often remember very fondly. And I thought that was such a sweet story that just endeared me a little bit more to these canvases. She did say, perhaps it's time to put some of those down on paper. And I thought that would be great, because some of these characters they just look so interesting. It's like, okay, exactly what do they do? And the backgrounds are so ornate and stuff like that. So I want to get to know the world of the Winter King a little bit more. But so that's the origin of the name, the title of the canvas. But let's go ahead and look at the canvas as Captured by Radiance puts together. So we have the branding up at the top, and we have the information about the canvas up here in the upper right. Winter's King Storybook, Glacius, licensed by Romance Art. This is a 60 by 81 centimeter, and this is a square. Make sure, yes, it is a square. And we have the image in the upper right here. And then let's switch to the bottom quickly. So we have in the lower left here, we have their social information. In the center, their tagline of your masterpiece awaits. And then all the way to the right here, we have information about their OSNAP insurance and satisfaction, 100% satisfaction guarantee. The OSNAP insurance is that, oops, you dropped some drills or you're running short on drills, you can contact them and they'll get some sent out to you right away. Now, the one thing that I think that I really enjoy from Captured by Radiance, and they are not the only company that does this, but they're the only one that I know of. Like, I haven't purchased from every single company out there, right? But what I like is, so we have our legend over here. There are 64 colors on the legend, and we're looking at the image. Here's the top, here's the bottom. Our image is orientated as such. Well, a lot of us have some limited room when we diamond paint, so we may need to flip our painting. So now if we were sitting over here, we're now looking at, sorry, did I do that? Did I do that right? Yes, I was looking at it upside down to begin with. So we're sitting over here, and now I'm looking at the image upside down. The legend on the other side of the canvas, let me pull this into view, is actually orientated to be read upside down. So you can actually see the numbers and whatnot, whereas the other one is now upside down, it's facing this way. So I just think that's a nice touch, you know, to acknowledge diamond painters, and especially diamond painters who may not have, you know, full tables or something to work on. As you can see, I'm working on 2 tables here, a folding table and part of my dining room table, and this image is still a little bit, it's definitely bigger than my folding table, but I can hardly get it into frame here. So this is a larger canvas at the 60 by 81, okay? So as you can see, I can tell from experience, plus I've been looking at this as I've been talking, we have clear symbols. We have and again, I think I preach on this a little bit, but when we have a darker symbol, the symbol, or I'm sorry, the darker color, the symbol is white, and then the lighter colors, the symbols are black. Not everybody does that, and if they don't, it could really lead to some headaches trying to read your symbols. So, nice weight canvas, and like I said, this plastic cover is just sort of like the perfect weight to cover the canvas, but also not crinkle a lot or not just fall apart on you. So let's go ahead and see what else is in the box. I'm going to bring everything to the forefront here. So first of all, we have our drills, and they do put their drills into baggies. So if you choose to work out of baggies, you can go ahead and just put this into your holder and you're ready to go. Or you can obviously empty out the baggies into any of your containers of choice while you work on a diamond painting. You can see that the diamonds are packed very nicely and tightly, and that should help, not solve, help the static problem, because these diamonds have not been in transit and shaken around in their plastic bags generating static. They've been, you know, held securely here, so the static should be minimal. Now, if you do kit up into some type of container, or if you wanted to put these on your baggies, we do have nice big clear stickers, as well as an image that's also a sticker here with the details. So if you needed to, or if you wanted to put this into your logbook, you can just cut this out and do so. So as I said before, there are 64 colors. It looks like 1, 2, 3, I think that's 4 unicorn poop. You get it? Unicorn poop. Those are their version of dust drills. And, you know, they were trying to think of something unique and fun. And I think unicorn poop is certainly apropos, fits the bill. It's fun. It's different. And certainly, you know, I've seen, what is the scent of putties out there? Unicorn farts. So, you know, you could sort of have like a whole theme going on here about unicorn stuff coming out of unicorns. Who knows? Then we have 2 ABs and then 3, I believe these are crystals, and we'll take a look at those in just a second. But I like their labels. I have used them, put them on things before, and they stick very well. Although I will admit, I do put my labels, I stick them to washi tape, just because I want any label that I use to come off cleanly from my plastic container. And I don't, so therefore I don't know if these will stick permanently. I don't think they do, but they come off the washi tape quite nice. Then we have the toolkit, which is in a matching green tool bag. And let's go ahead and see what's in here. This is a somewhat of a standard toolkit that you would get from any company. So we have our little white tray or boat for our diamonds. We have a little squishy for our pen. This is your standard diamond painting pen. So the squishy can go on here and you know, help you grip the pen a little bit. We then have a 4 and a 7 multi-placer that you can put on the end to multi-place. Okay. We have our blue wax. We have some washi tape, and we have a pair of metal tweezers of the murder variety. But this is what sort of sets them a little bit aside from other companies, is they include a cover minder. And I know a lot of companies, especially the big company of DAC, right? They did away with cover minders, and I know some people still want their cover minders. So here you go, you get a cover minder from Captured by Radiance. But to take it up a notch, as I mentioned earlier, the ladies who own the company not only do the pens, but they do they work with crystals, and they offer crystal towers, spheres. They have some beautiful angel, butterfly, and dragon wings crystals, but they provide something that a cover minder that is made of some type of natural crystal. So this one, and they tell you here, happens to be moss agate. Now, this can appeal to you for a couple different reasons. You could like the color green, which has the tinge of green here. You could like the fact that it's just a natural item, which really appeals to me because I've always loved rocks. As a kid, I would collect rocks when we would go places. And, you know, I have them in boxes, or some of them are even sitting outside in the rock garden. So we have a natural element here, but then some of you may know that crystals have some type of property that some may think is metaphysical or energy related or whatnot. So let's go ahead, and in the Crystal Bible, which I did not buy for this purpose, but like I said, I collect rocks, and I like to see a little bit about the crystal itself, or the rock. So moss agate, we have the coloring, which is green, blue, red, yellow, brown, and it has markings like foliage or moss, hence the name. And it is a common stone, and it is sourced typically in the United States, Australia, and India. Now, when we get into the properties of the stone a little bit, this stone is connected with nature, obviously, because not only is it natural, but then it's named something natural. It's said to refresh the soul and enable you to see the beauty in all you behold. So it's going to just help you see the beauty of this beautiful canvas. It's just going to enhance that. It is helpful in reducing sensitivity to weather and environmental pollutants, and it's extremely beneficial for anyone employed in agriculture or associated with botany. And it just goes on to talk a little bit about moss agate speeds up recovery, and it could be used to counteract long-term illness. It has anti-inflammatory properties, cleanses the circulatory system. If you believe in any of this stuff, you know, it's good to know the power, the element that you have here, and I just think it's also pretty interesting. So I really like their cover minders. I'll be honest, I don't use cover minders typically, so I didn't miss when a lot of companies stopped giving cover minders, but I love having these because they are more than a cover minder. They're this natural crystal that I can add to my collection of crystals and or rocks. What is the difference between a crystal and a rock? I think it has something to do with how the items are formed, but don't quote me on that. I am not an expert. So let's go ahead and talk drills. And let me get this over here so I can see the entire canvas. So now what I'm going to do, as I said earlier, there were 5 unicorn poops, 2 ABs, and 3 crystals. I'm going to go ahead and take those out of the package here. I'm going to find them on the canvas and sort of map them out. And when we come back, I'll go over some of the placements and talk a little bit more about the drills after I look at them. I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I've gone ahead and laid out our special drills to take a look and see where they are placed on the canvas. Full disclosure, I sort of laid them down where I see the most of the diamonds, the color put together. Doesn't mean that they don't show up anywhere else on the canvas. I will refer to a couple different areas because I did see them, a couple of them in a couple different areas, but you know, in less quantities. So I'll point those out as I have found them. So to revisit, we have, now I don't remember, I may have said 5 ABs and I miscounted, or I'm sorry, 5 unicorn poop or dust drills. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's actually 4. There's 2 ABs and 3 crystals. So let's go ahead and we'll start up here in the upper left of the canvas. So we have 728 crystal and 783 crystal, both of which are this like sort of butternut, yellow butternut type color. This one is a little bit more pure yellow, whereas this one is a little bit darker to maybe be like a yellow orange perhaps. These I saw primarily here in the horn of the unicorn's horn, which I thought is great, like crystals. That's going to be some extra sparkles up here, and certainly look very magical. Here's our first unicorn poop. This is 741. Again, sort of this orange, sort of like a not super intense orange with the dust coating. This one I saw, let me just make sure I'm looking. So I see some of it here in the main, and I think I saw some over in the flowers over here. I think I saw some over there as well. But good placement there. Here's another unicorn poop, 976 ND, which is sort of like this tannish color. This one, so this one I saw in a couple different places. I saw in the horn here, the base of the horn specifically. I see it in this flower over here and this flower over here. So almost anywhere you see the yellowish flowers and stuff like that, this may appear. This one also appears, well, I said it appeared here and over there. I thought I saw it over here, but I was mistaken. Those are the crystals. There's some crystals up here in the top of the canvas as well. Here we have another unicorn poop. Again, this tan color. This again is in that flower over on the right-hand side of the canvas, 3862. And I didn't see it very much elsewhere. So there's maybe some down here in the yellow flowers here, but that was pretty much it. 743 AB. This is this sort of mustardy, bright mustard yellow. 743 I saw in this general area. I saw it specifically in this flower. There was some through here a little bit. Let me see. That's the wrong one. I'm looking for the symbol. And it's similar, just a little bit similar to this one, but it's not the same. So there's that. Here we have our red crystals, 150 LZ. This is sort of the reddish crystal here. We have these down at the bottom here. And we also have them, where else were they? They were over here in this red. And let me see. I don't see them in that side of the painting in the red, unless I'm missing it. So primarily right over here. And then finally we have this really nice purple, or what would you call this? 3837, another unicorn poop or dustral. This is, I guess it's a purple, 3837. This is here in this purple here. It's down here in the purple flower. So anywhere there's some purple up here, looks like a flower as well, or at least half of a flower hanging off the canvas a little bit. So anywhere you see the purple, you can have a touch of that. So that is our 2 AB drills, or I'm sorry, I'm just miscounting all over the place. Yes, 2 ABs, 1, 2, 3 crystals, 1, 2, 3, 4 dust drills or unicorn poop drills. So there you have it. A Winter's King storybook, Glacius from Romance Art, available through Captured by Radiance. This is a 60 by 81 centimeter square, has 64 colors, and I'm looking forward to working on this entire series, because now that I know a little bit about the origin of the characters, it just means a lot more to me. So I thank you for tuning in. Oh, and by the way, if you look in the description below, I am an affiliate for Captured by Radiance, there is a code down below that if you use, you'll get a small discount, and I may make a small, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, I'm thinking of like all the wrong words. A small commission. There we go. So check it down below in the description, and please go ahead, feel free to use that. You know, a lot of the companies and stuff, diamond painting can be a very expensive hobby if you are doing like the larger and the licensed pieces, but really there is no excuse for ever paying full price for a lot of things because there are so many coupon codes out there. So definitely please go ahead and use that code down below so that they can see that Rich sent you, and I will talk to you next time we are Speaking of Diamonds. Have a good one.